My wife and I just celebrated her 32nd birthday yesterday. It was the fastest party we've ever had. Oh, no, don't forget, comment your dad jokes down below. Right, so hello again everybody and welcome back. A very popular streaming brand that I don't tend to cover that often is Roku. Now, I did do a video previously of the Roku stick, but I got this for under £20. And I am intrigued to see what it performs like. Is it any good? Is it worth buying? Because as we know, there's that many different choices when it comes to streaming devices. I like to look at them and let you know if they're worth it or if they're dog shit. Right, so that being said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's crack on. Right, so like I said, I managed to get the Roku Express for £19.99. There are obviously other options, like you've got the 4K version, then you've got the stick. There's a lot of different Roku devices you can get, but this one was the cheapest, so I did want to take a look at it. This is like Fort Knox, this, I can't get into it. Wowzers, can't get in it. Oh my God. That's got to be the stickiest label I've ever come across. Right, so if we open it up and take a look at it, the Roku device itself is really small. If I put it next to a Fire Stick, you can see that kind of gives you an idea of how big it is. Don't know what I'm saying, can't get my words out. All we get on the back of the device is the HDMI port, the micro USB port for the power, and a reset button. And then at the front here, it looks like we've got a sensor for the remote. Now it does come with a couple of batteries, so we're on a winner there. And the remote itself, it's quite basic, but it is quite clicky, and it does feel like an alright remote. Whether you like the look of it, I don't know. One of the things that does me is the quick keys, you're kind of limited. So we've got Netflix, Google Play, which I would never use, Spotify, which I don't use, and Rakuten TV. Now, I think that's something you get on pretty much all Roku devices, but I struggle to say it. One thing I do like is this little pulley here, Boschka. Easy battery access. It does come with a sticky strip, so if you want to stick that to the bottom of the Roku device itself, then stick it to the back of the TV to keep it out the way you can. And then it also comes with a box in the bottom, which has got the power cable and also a HDMI cable. One thing worth noting, it doesn't come with a plug, but it probably will run fine from a TV that has a USB port, or you will probably have a plug lying about that is a USB plug anyway. And then it comes with a little instruction manual, which you're not going to need because you watch my videos. So I'm quickly just going to get it started up, see how it performs, see if it's any good, and then in the near future I'm going to do some comparison videos comparing it to the Roku 4K stick, comparing it to the Fire Stick and stuff like that. So when we first start it up, it comes up like this. I'm going to quickly set it up now. So once you've connected to the internet and things, it is telling me I've got a software update, and then it's going to restart automatically. So I'll just give it a couple of moments to do that. Right, so that's restarting, but one thing I will say is you do need line of sight for the remote. So it's not a Bluetooth remote, you've got to point it at the device for it to work. So if you're somebody that likes to hide the device away, that might get on your tits. But as we can see now, we can auto-detect display type. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to use the automatic settings, but you can set that yourself if you want. One thing to note, though, is this has got a maximum resolution of 1080p. There is a 4K version, but like I said, I just went for the cheapest. You didn't confirm the new selection, so the previous setting has been restored. I thought I accepted it. Use 1080. Oh. Screen looks good. So very similar with Amazon. If you get a Roku device, you need to set an account up to be able to use it. So I'm quickly just going to sign in now. Right, so once you're signed in, you're connected to the internet, all done. And now as you can see, this is the Roku layout. This is their own operating system, their own launcher, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, it's very basic and very easy to navigate and use. It's got some things on here pre-installed, a lot of it with free movies, free live TV. It does support your official apps like Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus. As we know, with a lot of the cheap Android boxes from China, you can't get the likes of Netflix in full HD and things like that. You've got My Feed here, you've got a search option, streaming channels, and settings. So on streaming channels, like I say, I've just set it up. I'm not signed into no apps or anything like that. I'm going to go down to comedy. I'm just going to scroll down, we'll just find something. And then as you can see, we can play this from Foursome. I'm going to click add channel, see what it does. So it's saying that's now been added to the home screen. Go to channel, and then it looks like it's loading it up. So as you can see, it's not actually a live TV channel as such, but it's where you can get free content. I'm going to click it, loading up. And there you go, ding-dangly-do. So like I said, I've not signed into anything, and I'm already able to watch some free content. And I'm quickly going to test it, playing content in full resolution from such as YouTube, and see how it handles it. See if it stutters, does it buffer, or does it perform well. So I'm going to search some 4K video. I'm just going to play this. So that's just played an advert beforehand, and then we're playing the content. That's sound. No problems at all there. Let's go to settings and see what quality we're playing in. And obviously 1080p is the max resolution on here. Let's just try skipping it a little bit, see how quick it loads up. It's going to be sound anyway, innit? But that works well. And that's about it, but Roku does have its downfalls. One thing with this one is the remote, how you've got to point it directly at the device, and it is responsive, but it's a bit slow. Like, it does do what you want it to do, but there is a slight delay. Whereas on such as my Fire Stick, I don't notice that delay like I do on here. One thing it has got though in settings is Apple AirPlay and HomeKit. You can stream from your Apple devices and control content with Apple AirPlay and HomeKit. You'll be redirected to Apple AirPlay and HomeKit settings for setup. So that might be something that appeals to some people. But the major downfall with Roku devices is you can't sideload applications onto it. Like you can with the Fire Stick, you can install apps that aren't available in the Amazon App Store. You can't do that with Roku devices. But I am going to do a separate video on this. There is one reason I would recommend you get a Roku device, and that is for children. My daughter, I've given her numerous different streaming devices, including Fire Sticks, official Android TV devices, and the one she's stuck with and absolutely loves is a Roku device, and this is purely because she just wants to use official apps like YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus. It works great, it's easy to navigate, and it's a very, very basic layout. And if you're somebody that just uses official applications and you're never going to want to install anything that's not available in the App Store, then it could be a good device for you. But like I said as well, the remote, it's not the best. There's a bit of a delay on it, and because it needs a line of sight to the device for it to work, you're not going to be able to use that sticky pad to be able to stick it to the back of the TV, because it's just not going to pick the remote up. But you've got to take into consideration the price point, and for under £20, it's not that bad for some instances. For me personally, I think it's dog shit, but whereas my daughter would say that's better than an Nvidia Shield. I am intrigued to see your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. It'll also help others that are trying to find out a little bit about these devices. Is Roku for them, or should they not waste their money and get something like a Fire Stick? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because I'm watching this. Enjoy your day. I'll see you soon. Ta-da! As we can see now, we can auto so it's saying that's now been added. And that's about it, but Roku does have it. I can't talk, can I? One thing it has got in the settings section though is Apple AirPlay and HomeKit. Stream from your Apple devices and So on a Fire Stick, how you'd use a browser to install apps that aren't available in the official... Gone.